you should fight for and what you shouldn't, and what you should believe and what you shouldn't believe. I think we're in a very confusing state.
You guys want to know what I'm betting on? I'm putting my money on. I'm putting my money on this Antiquitech. A lot of people refer to it as heirloom seeds, but it's this interesting technology where you take a seed and it has all the genetic material that it needs to produce like copious amounts of food. And all it needs is like sunlight, which is free, and water, which is free, and soil, which costs you an arm and a leg. But if you can get that soil, then people can eat. Called heirloom seeds.
Didn't Hank on that point? Don't they have certain? I think this came out like 10 years ago. That they have like certain in different parts of the world. They have these places where they I can't remember what they call it now. Yeah, it's just like where they keep the heirloom seeds and stuff. And in case of yeah. So you're talking about the same thing I'm talking about. Yeah, they have these. I mean, it's kind of. You remember that movie? Did you watch that movie 2012?
Yeah, with the Cusack twins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like John Cusack. He does those B movies. I don't like Hollywood. I like those B movies.
Yeah, but I've been watching Snowpiercer. The third season came out a few months ago, and I'm getting caught up. I watched the first 2 seasons. The third season just came out. Snowpiercer is, you know what that is, right? That show.
Yep.
Well, it's an old story or whatever. But anyway, it's a train that after the world freezes over, they maintain humanity on a 1,000 car long train, and it's the same old story. There's governments inside the train that travel across the world. The only way the train can actually exist, it's just like this technology that somebody built. That the only way that it can exist is if it keeps moving. So they anticipated and built all these tracks around the world.
So it's speed, but on a train, not a bus, like the movie Speed, right?
Yeah, well, not sort of, but really, it's just like everybody on Earth is dead, so, except for the people on the train. So it's the arc, that's the arc.
Right. So what about Raised by Wolves? Have you heard about that one?
Yeah, I'm totally on. I'm caught up with that one, and it's fucking trippy, bro.
Jenny sent me a link to watch it. I think I'm gonna watch it.
You gotta watch it, bro. It's fucking trippy.
Snowpiercer?
No, Raised by Wolves.
Oh, Raised by Wolves.
Yeah, it's an HBO show. Yeah, it's I'll put a link for it. Hold on. I mean, it's not. You can subscribe to to HBO and watch it, but I have a link where you can watch it for free.
I don't subscribe to porn. Sorry, man. That's a joke.
Yeah, right. Me too.
HBO. It's not TV. It's porn.
Dude, I was watching Mr. Robot, I think, and it was a show about a guy who was like a hacker, right? And I'm like, okay, my friend, you loved it. I didn't watch after episode 3, so my friend at work told me to watch it. Like 3 episodes in, like some dude's got this other dude bent over, and they're just bumping uglies, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is this an integral part of the story that they had to make a scene for this? Like, why couldn't they just kept on about the narrative of the hackers? Instead, you got all this character building about these 2 dudes. And
yeah, dude, you know what else is fucked up about that movie? The fucking bad guy is a fucking tranny, cross-dresser. I mean, fucking secretary for China's, the security, defense, whatever. Fucking cross-dresser, right? Like this fucking show, man.
Hey, that link I posted. I mean, it might look kind of sketchy, but that leads you directly to where I watch
White
most of the
Rose.
TV shows I watch too. But if you're going to watch it on Chrome or whatever browser you use, make sure you have an ad blocker installed, and for the most part, you'll be okay with. You can watch pretty much any show you want to watch or any movie.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I hate Hollywood. It's so disgusting. The stuff that comes out of there, and it's like mainstream media is just terrible. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
worth
well,
watching.
like the quote unquote reality shows. That's reality. I mean, it's just like that doesn't make you sad. Why would you sit and watch the 1,000-pound people being extracted from their house all day? That's fucking crazy. Or like these reality shows are like people hooking up, and I don't know. I don't watch that kind of shit. I like drama. I mean, I like fictional drama, and like, I'm into science fiction and all kinds of stuff like that. But
Dude, you
as
got
far
science
as like,
fiction TV. I got science fiction video games.
yeah, there you go. It's like I watch shows like Raised by Wolves, which is like it's a really creative show, and it's Ridley Scott. You know who Ridley Scott is, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's who produced this one or directed this one. So anyway, it's pretty. If Ridley Scott, he's part of it, then.
And I used to love watching those movies, Aliens, until recently. I watched Prometheus, I guess about 5 years ago. And the redheaded guy on there, he was saying that you don't believe in evolution. It's the most scientifically validated theory in the history of science. And
That's
I'm like,
laughable.
okay, these motherfuckers are retarded. But I guess it's part of the plot, you know.
No, sure. I mean, I hear people saying that in different. Like I listen to a lot of audiobooks too, and it always follows like planets and Big Bang and evolution, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of authors that are. I don't know if they really believe it or if it's just they're paid to actually just promote that.
That's what I mean, man. Fuck, you fucking watch that shit. You imagine if you didn't watch that and you exposed your mind to something else, a different story. Imagine if you replaced all that fucking propaganda they put in your mind with something else. Some story that's not going to make you think stupid things. Silly thing. Indio came in here the other day and brought up this thing called the Alice in Wonderland effect. I looked it up. It's like, oh, so you bring the guy in, the interrogator, the person you're interrogating, and you just fucking say a bunch of nonsense to him, and you just repeat this over and over and over again until it overwhelms, until it feels so fucking not normal that he flips out, and then he tells you whatever the fuck you want him to say to you.
Hmm.
Like you said, things that come out of Hollywood is that it puts you in there. Like what the fuck is this weird shit? And over and over
Yeah,
and
it kind of
over.
makes you wonder when you're exposed to a lot of the shit that comes from the television or education system. How much could you
It's like
How much could you counteract without counter
you can't.
interaction? I mean, how could you
You can't
counteract
because it's
anything they say?
unnatural. It's designed to take you out of your natural state and put you into some fucking unnatural where you can't function, where nothing, you can't think, you can't predict what will happen next, and fuck this. It's like your whole routine. Everything you thought was normal, it's not. You can't even think anymore because your environment. They've changed. What your mind is exposed to. I mean, if you have a strong mind, that's good. If if you don't know shit, it's so easy to like
Sure.
to
And
distract.
hey, we experience that shit here all the time, Bong, right? So
Yeah, of
it's
course.
like we can tell when somebody's just completely ignorant about anything we're saying.
Well, to them,
Which
we're putting them in. We're doing the effect on them because to them, what's normal is that the Earth is a ball. This is normal. Remember when you first came and you're like, "Man, what the fuck is this flat Earth shit?" It's so not you. You're like Alice in Wonderland. You don't know what the fuck. I
Well,
don't know
it's
it's
like
round.
at first, I mean, a lot of people say, "Well, where's the edge?" And it's like, "What edge? Do you mean are you implying that we're still in space?" Or so the idea of the Earth realm comes much later. I mean, once you understand what we're saying, you'll find out that there is not necessarily an edge because we're not in space.
But
And
it's the
it takes a lot of
strangeness.
See,
people to
this
really
this is the
understand
thing.
that.
I'm sorry, bro. I thought you were done.
No,
This is
no,
the thing.
no,
We're
you're
not
good.
claiming an edge, so that's a straw man. So I automatically bring them to their geometric horizon that's supposed to be their edge and ask them where their edge is. Because we're not claiming an edge. They are. So I
Yep.
automatically,
Exactly.
dismiss
Yeah.
their straw man and bring it
Well,
back to
it's
the
just like
surface.
you
So,
can say, "Hey, have you know anybody that's ever been to the edge?" They're going to have
No,
to say no. Do you know anybody that's ever found the curvature? Well,
no, it's
they
not
might bring up
natural.
Aristosthenes, and he didn't
E-
find the curvature.
Even,
He just did.
even though it's natural to observe and take it in that it's flat, right? It's not natural to imagine that it's not a ball. That's the Alice in Wonderland effect. We all grew
Right,
up believing in the ball. That's normal to us, right? And then you
right.
come to flat Earth, and then this fucking strangeness is presented to you. It's flat. And then, that's what Hollywood does to people. All these years, Hollywood has been normalizing like things that aren't normal, right? Like gradually. That's why when you see something that's not normal and first time you see it, you're shocked. You're like, oh shit. Or you're angry, you get upset. What the fuck? This is so obvious they're doing it. But the people who aren't paying attention like to everybody else, normal to it's becoming normal to them. But to you, it's strange. You're an Alice in Wonderland. But 5 years later, it becomes normal to you. 10 years ago, you wouldn't give a fuck about all these other things that's happening today, but now it's normal. Oh, you have to use these pronouns when you talk to me. It's like, fuck you, fucking English speaking motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't have to fucking call you shit. I can call you motherfucker if I wanted to. Like, what the fuck are you saying? You can't. Well, you can call me that, but don't say he. Don't assign that pronoun to me. Well, you piece of
yeah,
shit. Is that better?
I think you're going about it all wrong, Bob. If they say that you have to say this pronoun, right, then okay, you have to address me as King Larry, right?
Exactly.
And when they say, I'm not calling you that, well, what makes you think that, I'm going to call you what you want me to? You better call
Exactly.
me King and bow down when you're in my presence. King
Exactly.
Larry.
I'll walk by. You need to recognize my royalty. That's what I identify as. So bow down. See, yeah, I mean, see how strange people are acting now. Like, and we gotta accept it as normal. Well, not my son. Like, my son growing up, like that's not normal. That's not normal. That's not all he has ever heard from me. Is that's not
Well, it's kind of I kind of wonder when people are confused about their pronouns. Um, what is normal then?
well, exactly. That's what I mean. Hollywood and the education system, government has made things that are not natural. Or they've basically created this world. It's the world that is pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. No, it's that. Yeah, we live in Alice in Wonder. We live in Wonderland. We live in Neverland. We live in Narnia. We don't live in the real. In the experience.
The saddest part about that, Bong. You're right, but that only exists in their mind because guess where we live? We live on Earth, same Earth that everyone else lives on. All this other bullshit only exists in your mind.
The mind makes it real. And it's true. Because you have to decide things, right? Like when you I can't believe this is happening. What do you mean you can't believe this? I know, but it's happening. So it's either you accept that it's happening, right, and you live with it and you move forward, or you pretend it's not happening and fuck yourself up, whatever.
So I heard that Hindu guy that's on YouTube, the guy with a ginormous beard, the white beard guy. I don't remember his name, but this is what he said. He said, in reality, all you have is your memory and the present and your imagination. So
Yeah.
I'm like changing the quote to the only thing that you know is that which you've experienced through the past and your memory, and the things that you're experiencing now, everything else is belief.
Mm.
If you haven't experienced it, you don't know. Everything else is belief and imagination.
Yeah. I think it's just it's difficult to bring people to that place. That what you have is a belief. To bring them to that place and accept it. Right? They're like, no, it can't be. Let me out. Let me out. It's gonna pop. Gotta cog this.
Yeah, I guess he's some kind of yogi master or something. I don't remember his name, but he's real like YouTube famous. But yeah, that's pretty good information. Like you only know what you can glean from your memory and what you experience today in the present. Everything else is in your imagination as belief.
He's Indian. I think I saw a video or two.
Yeah, he's like Indian, Hindu,
Yeah,
Raja
speaks good.
Yoga. Speaks pretty good English.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect I was going to like what he said, but I definitely did. I like what he said.
Um, Eastern thought versus the West. Western, see, so me, the way I see it is the East is the old science. The West is the new science. Old magic, new magic. Old magic, I mean, it's still magic. But still, wisdom of men. This is what we as men have found out. Wait, let me Google something real quick. Can men yes. Okay, never mind. I don't want to hear anything you men have to say. Look at where we are now as man. Fucking going backwards and shit. How is this getting better? How is knowledge worth, fighting and killing for? Like, how is it life equals to, oh, look, life does not equal to knowledge. It's cool. Knowledge is a part of life, but not life. Isn't that cool? That there's more to life than just knowing shit. Imagine knowing everything anyone can know, like King Solomon, and then be a failure in the end anyway. Right? Imagine having everything, money, and still feel like a failure at the end of your life. What a sad. Would have been better if you didn't even live life. I'm not talking about like knowledge, like the Earth is flat. That's just common sense. I'm talking about knowledge, like where do we come from, where are we going, why are we here, what should we be doing, all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure it's not, learning shit so that we can kill shit to get shit. Well, I don't think that's what it's about.
Well, you almost sung the song. Where did you
Yeah.
come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh, shit.
You can't get that from war, right? You
Hey,
can't get
hey,
that feeling from war.
Resolve is Noah gonna come in here? I just released him from Cogdis. Is he gonna come in here?
I don't know if he is.
Well, I mean, if
Trying to message him.
We had a couple of guys in here earlier, and I was like, "So, guys, do you want to hear our arguments?" And they were like, "No, server mute, server deafened." We just went on to Matthew. It's like, you don't want to hear what we got to say? Okay. Why would you join a server and not want to hear what people are going to say? I don't know. Maybe I was abusing my mod powers.
there's no such thing as that.
I'm just here to listen. Oh wait, I mean to. I mean, if you're not here to listen, then what are you here to do? Read? You here to read? Here's some books.
Troll.
You here to stare at letters on a screen?
Maybe they're here to stare at goats.
I know. Men who stare at the sky. What are you looking at? Jesus? Are you waiting for Jesus? No, no, no. We're waiting for aliens. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Same. All right. Good job. Keep looking. Let me know when he comes. Well, people, it's still, I think there still are, like, when you tell them the earth is flat, they're like, oh, what the? My brain, like, they're still in that. I can't believe you people exist. I think the brainwash is still strong because
What is a flat earther?
people are dying and you guys are here talking about flat earth. Yeah? Why? People have always been dying, my friend. Since I was born, people have been dying. And guess what? They're still dying. Yeah. Some people die thinking the earth is a ball. Some people died not caring what the earth was, what the fuck they did on earth. Some people die babies, like, and well, why are you guys talking about flat earth? Well, what else is there to talk
Who's
about?
talking about flat? What?
Right? It's like, what, do you think the war is more important information and the earth is not a ball? Think about it.
Maybe it's just safer.
Flat earther, a person who no longer believes in the bullshit that comes out of everybody's mouth.
We have to make a Wikipedia page for that one.
That was like
Flat earther.
sounds like just a man. That just sounds like a man being a man.
A man that can believe his own eyes.
It's just a man using his whatever his body to function and to eat stuff, and drink and not die, right? And then try to figure things out. And then somebody comes along and be like, "Hey, did you know that the thing you're living on is a fucking turtle?" It's like, doesn't feel like a turtle, doesn't look like a turtle. You're full of shit. Like that's what people do, right? Right? When the salesman knocks on your door, right? Hey, I got something to sell you. What do you say? Oh, wow, I would buy it. Is that what you do? I would buy
One
it.
man.
Oh, no. A normal person would be like, no, stop bothering me, dude. Right? You'd look at what he's selling. You'd say, I don't need that. It's too expensive. You think about the thing that, right, that they're trying to sell you. You think about it, right? You don't be like, yes, mom and dad, I will go to the school and I will believe everything that that the teacher tells me. And I will go to church and I will believe everything the pastor tells me. And even though they contradict each other, I'm still going to believe them. That's me when I was 12. That is me, 12 years old, going to school, right? Just heard about evolution, believing both God when I go to church and teachers when I go to school. And now, teachers are arguing at school. Hey, monkey this, monkey that. What are you doing? And I'm like, wait. Are these things like against each other? Yes. Why?
You believe in
Why?
evil? What? Evolution. What is evolution?
Why would you teach me two things that contradict each other? Mom, Dad? Oh, don't look at us. Pastor?
Did you say
Don't look at
bong, Dad? Bong, Dad?
Yeah, exactly. Because mom and dad sent us to school. Because mom and dad sent us to church. And we trusted them. Yeah. And then we trusted the teachers and we trusted the pastors. And they taught us things that contradict each other. And then we come back and say, Mom, Dad. And they're like, well, don't look at me, son. I'm just a farmer. I don't know. I don't understand physics. What are you talking about, son? I was like, Dad,
I
you
just
sent
don't
me to
understand.
school to learn this stuff. What am I supposed to do now? Well, ask the people that know. But my dad. But I don't know anything. Then why did you send me to this fucking school so they can confuse me? Well, I'm just doing my best as a father, son. This is our parents to us. What do we do about it? Okay, Dad, I'm gonna
Man,
go listen to that scientist. You can leave your father behind. You can leave your brain and your mind behind, and just here's my body. I offer it to you, science. What the hell is that? Mom and Dad did that. Not their fault. But you do grow up and you do have a mind, and it is your fault for continuing in that path, on that path, if you know it's not right. And you become a man, maybe you become smarter, maybe you become more wiser than your parents were, and maybe you can make some decisions that they wouldn't have made for you. Maybe you can make some decisions for your children that your parents and great grandparents would have never made for you or for them. But you can make it. You can make that decision. You can change that path. And so what if it seems strange that the world believes it's a ball and your children thinks it's flat? Like, do they have to live like fucking like the way these Christians and these crazy religious people live, going out and oh, the earth is flat, the earth is flat, or can they live like like in the Matrix, right? You pick your battles, you choose who you talk to, and you talk, and then you talk to. You don't treat it like it's a religion. It's not a religion. This is the kind of shit talk about. You can lose your job, you can lose your family, fucking lose your life. And I don't think it's something, you know what I mean? It's almost like a secret. You gotta like secretly tell people the truth so that you don't get, all tied up in the mix. You know what I mean? What happened? I just tried to tell people the truth and I got into trouble. How can you get into trouble from telling the truth? I don't know. It's the fucking world, man. Telling the truth will get you into fucking trouble. God damn it. Process that. Okay, smoke some weed now. If you lie, you might get a good job. Somebody might hire you because of your skill of lying. It's so good. So good. If you tell the truth, fuck you, man. You're stepping on people's toes. You're fucking shit up. You fucking program. You want to tell the truth. The fuck is that? Fuck out of here. That's how the truth is viewed, man. I mean, if it can, if it can make us some money, cool. The truth is cool. If it fucks up our power structure and everything, well, then no, fuck that. Talk to people about the truth, right? What if people don't want the truth? What if people want peace? What if people want security? What if people want to be safe, just to be safe? And Because they're not concerned about the truth, right? They're concerned about food, shelter, kids. I don't care what the fucking world thinks the earth is. I don't care what the fucking world thinks. I need to feed my kids. You know? And if I have to get vaccinated, I have to do these things to feed my kids. And I'm going to have to do these things to feed my kids. Smelly cat, what are they feeding you? What are you feeding your kids, man? Truth or bullshit? Hey, children, Santa Claus. Sorry for the rants, guys, man. When I saw killed it. It's fucking Alice in Wonderland, man. We're all mad down here, right? But I don't want to go amongst mad people. Well, you can't help that. 'Cause we're all mad. Weirdos. As if you know what not being mad is like, right? Mad is your normal. Like, what are you talking about? I don't know, man. Are you crazy people? Hey, Google, can men get pregnant? Welcome to Wonderland. Bitches. Oh, fucking.
Can you guys hear me okay? I just got through talking about earlier about how I didn't have no friends and how I didn't like people. And then I meet this dude. I'm automatically talking about real stuff with him. And then I told him that the earth was flat. And then he asked for my phone number and then gave me his phone number. So it's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. You think he's a flat earther?
I don't
Either
think
that
so.
or he thought you were cute or one of the
But I got a face for radio, bro.
Oh, don't lie to us like that, Hank. We know better.
For the few of you that have seen my face, it might be pretty to y'all because I'm all smiling and shit. But when I'm out, in my everyday life, I'm usually not smiling.
Same.
What's that supposed to mean? You're supposed to wear a smile everywhere.
I don't. If it's a genuine smile,
You better
yeah.
knock that shit off, man. Quit it.
Genuine smiles, it's like an automatic reflex. You smile right back, and if it's genuine smiles. But
Exactly.
people that smile at you, but not really.
I'm not talking about a fake smile. I'm talking about I'm happy today and I don't care if anybody knows it kind of smile, and it usually gets other people to smile back at you. Not,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Sometimes that'll change a whole day. Like you might be having a bad day, but you just put a smile on your face and pretend, and someone else will see it and they'll be like, "Hey, how you doing this morning?" You'll be like, "Oh shit, look, somebody cares about me."
Yeah, and
Think
it changes your whole chemistry, right? It's like
right.
instant.
You do it to
Instant.
yourself, but you can do those things. It is possible.
Yeah.
That's all I was gonna say. I'm sorry.
Quick pick me up. Smile at somebody.
Usually my friends, whenever they come over and they're all mad about something, or they're all like going off about something, or they're angry or something, I mean, metaphorically speaking, of course, I grab them by the shirt and I slap them across the face a couple times and I go, "Are you done?" And then when they're done bitching, then I tell them why they're wrong. And then usually after that, they don't say anything else. I'm just teasing, of course, but metaphorically, that's kind of what I do. I basically tell them why they're wrong. Usually when somebody comes over, yelling and screaming, they're usually wrong. That's why they're yelling and screaming.
I tell people that it's not fair for everybody. That's why it's fair for everybody. So whatever you're going through, Just muscle through it. Just keep swimming. Just keep going. Get through it.
It's like wildebeests crossing the river. It's not fair for everybody. Just keep swimming.
You'll make it to the other side eventually.
Don't
That'd be
look
more
at
like skating.
Or if you don't, then you tried, at the very least.
I think if I was a wildebeest, I'd probably just constantly run and constantly jump so that I could like outleap and outrun every other wildebeest. That way I wouldn't have to worry about getting killed and eaten. You know what I mean? As long as I'm the first one, as long as I'm the last one getting chased down, then it's usually the slower one that they grab, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know how smart crocodiles are, but they
They
look.
just usually go for whatever thrashes in the
life.
water is usually it.
Yeah.
Or Abdullah Umbagata. That makes them sweet.
Whatever the teeth clamp onto is gonna be rolled.
Like, we laugh about stuff like that, but if you really think about it, imagine having something with that many rows of teeth that has that kind of pressure of biting down, grab a hold of you, and then spin around in a circle. Can you just imagine that? It's like, it wouldn't be so bad if they just grabbed a hold of your arm, but if they start spinning, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I say, if someone bites me like that, I'm going for the eyeballs.
Yeah.
I'm going for wherever I think its nose is at with my knife. I'll stab that spot a few times until I get it to, because it'll either start drowning in its own blood from trying to breathe, or one or the other, right?
It's like I
know it sounds horrible.
I'm a huge fan of dogs. But if a dog attacks me, it might get a hold of one part of me. But I'm bigger than most dogs, so I think I can handle myself. Even if it grabs a hold of my leg or my arm or something, I think I could. But I at least have one arm. I can just punch the shit out of it, or just like you were saying, hit it. Their nose is really sensitive. You can hit them in the nose like a bunch of times, or poke one of their eyes out, or something. I'm scared of dog. I'm not scared of dogs, but I don't want to get bit by one. But if they ever had a good hold, I think I could freaking.
You're trying to deal with the dog like a man. You got to deal with the dog like an animal. Animals understand, you just gotta look like you're dangerous, like you're scary, like you just present yourself as a threat, like a real threat. I'm not talking about a bear. Like.
Yeah, you can square like a dog if they're just like.
If you just demand respect, the dog will respect.
You square up against them. They're gonna be if they feel like they can take you down, they can take you down. But if you square them, they're gonna rethink their shit.
Yeah, of course. Many dogs. I've been attacked by many dogs in Samoa, of course. You stop, you face them, right? Grab a rock, grab a stick, and that's it. That's the end. They're not coming. They're going to turn around.
They're not gonna come right at you. There's certain dogs. Like some of these. I don't know if I'm getting this movies and shit, but like police dogs with training, if they just tell them to attack, they're just gonna pretty much go for either your throat or your arm. If they get one arm and they get your arm, they're not gonna let go until you're subdued. But if a dog fucking attacks me, I'm not gonna stop until it's me or him. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're not gonna let go until the cop tells them to let you go.
Yeah. So they're trained that way.
That brought his Rottweiler.
But it's just like imagine it's like the cop says attack. I don't know why a cop would send a dog on me, but
special order, right?
A Rottweiler came at my dog. My dog is blind, and I know the Rottweiler.
I was going to say the one that's out in front of my house. That thing costs $300 or $400 brand new. So just think about it that way. You know what I mean? It ain't much. There ain't much to it, but it runs, right?
Yeah,
it runs. What kind of dog? What kind of dog is it, Ricky?
No, it's my scooter. We're talking about my scooter. I have a little electric scooter that somebody gave me, and it was their dog had chewed the cords off of it. You know, like the handlebar, where the cable,
and you
the
fixed it?
throttle. Yeah, and I basically just repaired it.
Oh, they
And
gave
so
it to
basically, the
you
only
and you
thing I had to
fixed it?
do, yeah, they gave it to me, and I put the new cable and
Oh,
stuff on it,
yeah.
and put a new battery in it, and it works good. And I ride it almost every night. I go ride on it. It's fun.
It's electric?
Yeah, it's just a little it's an E350. What is it called?
I used to have some
Razor,
of those.
little Razor
Yeah,
E350.
those things are
Oh, a
pretty
little
cool.
razor scooter? Yeah, they are pretty
Oh,
cool.
bro, you can't take up both lanes. Bro, get the fuck out of my lane. And come to a complete stop. Redneck. All right, so yeah, I used to have a couple of those.
Redneck. Who are you calling redneck?
Hey, I work at nighttime. I ain't got no sunburn on my neck.
Dog fought
Okay,
off
we'll call
two
you
Great
Scratch
Danes.
Pack instead of redneck.
My dog fought off two Great Danes, and animals will fight. Animals will fight. Unlike people, animals will fight. Like they fight with all their might. You know what I mean? People don't do that. People give up because
Yeah,
yeah,
fight.
so
like
Squirrel, bro.
when they get into fighting mode, they don't know how to stop until it's
well,
over.
it's fight for life. That's why humans
Yeah,
don't do that. People just fucking lie down and die. Like they lose hope. Animals don't do that. Animals fight for life. Like so crazy, right?
but at the same time, if I'm attacked by an animal and if it's me or him, it's me. But I'm gonna kill the motherfucker if it's trying to kill
Oh
me.
yeah, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. They don't know how to stop once they're in that
No.
mode. If
Yeah.
they feel threatened, so I don't want to put them
Well,
down,
luckily
but
they go
if
for
I
your
can,
arm and
I'll
not
do
your
it.
face. So
Well,
at least they
that
train them to
depends on
go
how
for
they're
you, just
trained.
get you
Yeah, if they're
down.
trained to go for
They're,
your throat, that might
well,
not
yeah, but
that be a
police
problem.
dogs don't
But
normally
you're
get
gonna put
trained
your
that
arm
way.
up in front of you if they're gonna come in for your throat, so they're gonna be on your arm. Then then I'm gonna start punching it in the nose and freaking try to poke their eyes out and shit, and hopefully they'll release. But
You
I'm still
you
gonna
think
have a
you can?
fucked up arm.
What about like a lion or a bear? You think you could kill one of those with just like let's say you're just walking, with a spear and your
No,
sword, you know, spear and your
no,
sword.
no.
Not
You're gonna
What are
have
you
to
yelling
look
about? Slay the dick.
intimidating. Yeah, no,
Sorry.
no, no. Yeah, yeah. One of
yeah.
the larger animals, like a lion or a bear. It depends on.
You
It's.
could, I mean, a spear. Maybe you can chase it away. I don't think you could chase away a bear with the spear.
I don't know. I
I
mean, it
don't know.
just depends. It depends. It depends. I mean, you never know, man. With
I've
animals, I mean,
scared things away before, but I don't know what it was. All I know
I
is it was
mean,
big and it was dark.
bears won't attack you unless they're trying to protect your young. For the most part, they avoid you
If they'll
unless they're
attack you
really
if you're
hungry.
scared. If you're scared, then they'll
Like
still attack you.
I've been camping, and
No, bro. A
you
grizzly
you
bear
want
will hunt you down and eat
to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hopefully, I never meet one of those. A grizzly. You remember Grizzly Adams, that TV show back in the freaking 80s?
you. I remember the show, but I don't really remember what it was about. I just remember it was about a guy who had a big old long beard, probably a plaid,
And his
flannel or
and
something on.
he had a pet grizzly bear.
Yeah, it was something like that, like a cub.
Yeah, it was Grizzly Adams. That's why it was called. He was Adams, and he had a pet grizzly bear, and
They
it
must
was
have
a
found
really
him in a
cool
trailer.
show.
Was it?
And
I don't
so,
remember really much about it.
if you could tame a grizzly bear and make him your familiar, and nobody
Oh yeah,
gonna fuck with
that would
you.
be helpful. Definitely.
I mean,
Because
people
he
with
could
guns.
definitely take things down. Like you could
Yeah.
outsmart the animals, and he could take them down for you, and you guys would work together, right?
You know what? I loved that show when I was growing up. I haven't watched it in a long time. Let me see if I can.
You know my favorite line from any movie ever? I'm a lead farmer, motherfucker.
What? Say it again.
I'm a lead farmer, motherfucker.
Lead farmer.
Yeah, it's
Something to do with guns?
Tropic Thunder. Tropic.
Tropic. Oh my god, I watched that like 2 months ago again. Oh, that's a funny ass movie. That movie is so freaking hilarious, man.
Yeah, funny movie.
It's like the cast members didn't realize that they were dropped in. They thought they were making a movie, but they were dropped into a hostile environment, and people started getting blown up. It's like, wow, that's some really good special effects.
So it's Robert Downey Jr. and he's all right. Listen, this is hilarious. Robert Downey Jr. He's doing blackface. He never loses character, right? So he's pretending to be a black guy. And there's a part in the movie where he pretends to be Asian. And he's like got a thing covering his face and he's pretending to be Asian. And then they catch, he said something wrong in Chinese and they caught that he was American. And they said, "What kind of farmer are you?" And he just pulls up like 2 full assault rifles, what they call them. And he's like, "I'm a hood farmer, motherfucker." It's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's like slapstick. That's so like, isn't it like slapstick comedy? That way where it's just like,
oh yeah, it was hilarious. It was so masterfully
that
done.
Movie, yeah, I love it. That's kind of reminds me of some of the like
Tom Cruise. Remember Tom Cruise?
No, not Tom Cruise. I'm thinking.
Yeah, Tom Cruise was in that movie. Yeah,
Tom Cruise is there. I'm talking about like Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles is one of my favorite movies too. It's like that.
Blazing Saddles is one of the best movies in the world.
Ever made. Yeah. Blazing Saddles is one of the best freaking movies ever made.
What are you guys talking about?
Nothing, because there's no Globies that come in and challenge us.
Yeah, Matthew was here a few times, but he's gone to bed now. So we were talking about Robert Downey Jr. playing blackface in Tropic Thunder. And then he was like, he was still doing blackface, and he was an Asian guy at the same time. So he was a dude dressed like a dude, disguised as another dude.
Yeah. He's an Australian dude, right? Let's drop as a black dude. But disguised as an Asian dude. Yep, that's okay.
And so that's why it's my favorite line, because he was part Asian when he said it. He was part black and part white when he said it.
That movie's funny. Jack Black is fucking hilarious in that movie too, man. Jack Black is the shit.
Yeah, he played the character properly.
Hey, you need to go watch that movie again. It's so hilarious. Tropic Thunder.
So no shit, when that movie first came out, I had a copy early, and my Vietnamese friend was like, "Hey, can you bring that by my house?" It was the first time he had ever invited me to his house. And I get there, and I'm like, "Hey, is so-and-so here?" He was like, "No." I was like, "Here." And I gave his fucking family this spoof movie about the Vietnam War, and I thought about that after I left. Like, what if they put that movie in, like, right when I left? And, like, there's no explanation. Why did Whitey bring us this movie?
Well, you never got feedback?
I think I did. I don't remember what he said. But I was just thinking about it when I left. Like, what if his dad, who fought in the Vietnam War, was like fucking watching that movie going, "What the fuck?"
You have to understand comedy to watch it, though. I mean, hey, fuck you if you can't take a joke. That's a quote from
hey, fuck you.
Axl. That's from Axl Rose. You remember
Axl Rose is a joke.
Yeah, but that's one thing that he said in one of his songs. Fuck you if you can't take a joke.
Well, he's a joke because he's like, I don't know,
He's
my
a
voice,
fucking
man.
dickhead. Yeah, if Axl Rose is a dickhead, everybody
Something's
knows
wrong
it.
with my voice. He's like smoking and drinking. Like, I don't get it. What's wrong with my voice today?
Dude, and he shows up 2 hours late to a fucking show. You know, I mean, yeah, he's a fucking dick. Everybody knows Axl Rose is a dickhead. Yeah, Axl is like he's notorious for like it's like, all right, Guns N' Roses, and everybody waits around for an hour. So I go, where the fuck is Axl?
Dude, I remember the day.
Yeah, but all of those of us who were late for the concert, we loved that.
Yeah.
No, I ain't gonna say I'm still not a fan of Axl Rose because I mean he owns it. I mean it's just like it's like you still want to wait around for it, and you just like do your thing while you're waiting for Axl to get his ass up on stage.
Well, yeah. What do you think rock stars were like back in? What do you know? Axl Rose, I'm a fucking rock star. You know what do rock stars
They were
do?
probably always
No.
waiting
I've been to a lot of concerts. It's
Party and
pretty
late
scheduled and on time. Axl Rose is the only one that will make people wait for an hour, 2 hours with no show until he shows up. That's hardcore right there, bro.
Why am I picturing like Pink Floyd where they had to get the guy going, like, you know, they had to get the guy like ready for the show.
That sounds like me when I smoke too much weed. It's like 2 hours.
Exactly.
I'm supposed to do something.
Stand up.
Yeah, I think that's
possible.
I think that's that, but I think that was just to be honest. I mean, it doesn't. I think Axl did that. I don't know if he did it on purpose or I don't know the motherfucking guy. But
so what if he did? He's a fucking rock star, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants. His fans can
Need
suck
some information,
dude. I would wait for an hour to see Axl.
Right, that's what I mean.
Basic Can you show me where it hurts?
This is what a crazy fanatic does. Okay, fanatical things. Fucking sleeping out in the goddamn fucking snow, waiting for it to open in the morning, waiting for the store to open. That's
Dude, I've been to some concerts, man. I was like trumping through the mud and shit to see some of my favorite bands. Yeah, I've been there.
Rock stars know that fans are just as fucked up and high as they are. So fuck it, let's party. They know what they know what. Woo! When I come out on stage, like,
yeah, but it just means he's an asshole to make them wait that long. But is he doing it on purpose, or was he indisposed? Hold on, was he indisposed, or was he doing it on purpose?
Too messed up. Maybe he was too messed up.
Right? If you didn't do it on purpose, you're a fucking rock star. It was designed. It was designed to be that.
Yeah, I'm with Bong. Sure. It was designed. A wizard arrives precisely when he means to.
Yeah, the anticipation builds.
Of course.
It's just like when he shows up, it's just like
worship team.
Let's shoot at this guy, and I'm fucking Axl Rose in front of your face.
And the gods,
here we go.
And
you know, and as a performer singer on stage, I know what that feels like because when I get on stage,
servants,
it's a monster thing. You know, I'd lose control, but there's no thing. I don't think anymore. I just perform.
Well, as the bass player, you guys are assholes, and you're extremely pompous. Fucking lead singer.
Okay, well, I guess that's the way it works. But for the most part, I mean, I haven't played a major stadium or anything like that. And in clubs, they're like, "Hey, motherfucker, we got to shut this shit down pretty quick. If you don't get your ass out there, then you ain't gonna have a show."
I've played in garages. I've played in trailer houses and flooded front yards, standing on. What are they called? The pallets. Yeah, standing on wooden pallets so we didn't get electrocuted.
I've done that too. I mean, don't get me wrong. But I've played on some stages, but never in a coliseum or anything like that. But it's just like, but at the same time, as a singer, that the front man or whatever, I go into a different zone when I'm singing.
Like performers are not rock stars. There's a big difference in the way the performer performs and the way the audience views it, and a rock star or a not mainstream artist, that's been promoted to like
Sure, you're putting on a show rather than performing your music.
Right, right. A singer, you're there to sing the part. You're a
like in a
guitarist.
small club. It's different than playing in a coliseum or.
Well, yeah, even if you're local, you've got a local following. It's still not the same as like big, major
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
people backing you and promoting you. The whole fucking world loving you just because you were promoted to fucking to the moon and
yeah.
back.
It's way different. Yeah, I get you.
It's not
But
the
at the
same.
same time, yeah, it's not the same thing. But I like the club environment too. I mean, it's just like you can pretty much just let go instead of actually having to hype up the crowd and all that kind of shit, because you only have like 100 to 200 people there instead of 20,000. I mean, it's a really different environment.
Oh, if you're
But
smart,
I've always wanted to perform in front of 20, 30,000 people. But I mean, that would be fun as hell. I think
if you
I
get
could
good,
do
like
it good.
like if you get a good filmmaker or a person who's good with the camera, they can make 200 people look like 20,000 people.
Yeah, but that wouldn't
Make
be.
it feel like 20,000 people.
You gotta
No,
have a
no,
stem
no,
angle
no, no,
lens.
no, no, dude. I think if I was actually in front of that a crowd like that, 20,000,
Yeah, think about Hillary.
I would be different on stage, especially since the stage would be much wider,
Oh
and
no,
yeah, I would actually be different,
I
performing,
wasn't really like the magic of film. You remember Hillary Clinton's campaigns, right? They never showed the crowd. Why? Because there's nobody in the crowd.
because there was nobody there. No, that's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, but Hillary Clinton.
You show a small part of it, right? A few people, like make it look like busy, like oh my gosh, there's so many people here, but there's only like 20 people standing, like.
Hey, you know what? When Bill Clinton was elected, I was downtown Little Rock at the rally.
Yeah.
You know what? Was I 18? 18 or 19? I voted for Bill Clinton because he was the governor of Arkansas, and I was growing up in that shit, and so when he got elected for president, I was downtown in Little Rock, freaking at the rally, man. I don't know what that has anything to do with anything, but I'm telling you, when you're performing, rock and roll or metal, and you have like I've performed in clubs many times, but having a stage and 20,000 fans and a light show, that would be a totally different thing for me, and I think I would lose my mind and go balls out.
You probably drink too much. Dude, I don't know. I've never played in front of people other than like friends and family. So when like our little band would get together, we did it for like 2.5 years. And as soon as we started getting like decent, our drummer would flake out on us, and we'd have to find a new drummer. So I started out playing in a barn, and then we started playing in my garage until we could find another drummer. We were writing songs, and then we found another drummer who let us play in his garage. And then as soon as we started getting our timing down, he fucking flaked out on us. So we went back to writing music in the garage. Then we found this old Canadian bug-eyed uh, drummer, and then we went in his trailer and we played.
Wait, the bug eye. Did he like really had bug eyes?
Yeah.
Dude, he had some fucking beaters, man. He had some really big eyeballs.
Wow. But was he a decent drummer?
After we got him the double bass pedal, he was pretty good. But then the lead singer sat down on his drum set and apparently was playing too rough, and those two had a tiff.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
unfortunate for them, but
When
anyway,
you're a
It's
rock star,
unfortunate for me.
and depending on your content of your music, let's say a rock star and content of your music is about, I don't know, um, um, because some people's music, right, it has a different energy to it. But you have to use that. What I'm saying is, like, when you come out and there's 20,000 people, the right thing to do is to
you have to set
use
it's a
is to use.
performance. You have to take, you have to, especially if you're a popular band, you can't, you have to you have to make a performance. I mean, it's you're on a stage, you have to
That's not
make a
my point.
performance.
My point
What's
is, like, if there were only 5 people in the audience, those 5 people, when you get up to perform for them, are the 5 people you're responding to. You know what I
Right,
mean? They're giving you the
right.
energy. You're responding to their energy. If you come out and there's 20,000 people, that's like an excess amount of you can harness that energy and use that
Yep.
energy to craft your
hmm
performance. But to give the kind of performance, like you're reading the energy of the crowd and you're like giving it back. You're giving it back. It's
and
coming in.
You're transmuting it.
practice. That takes practice
Well,
when you perform in front of audiences that large.
it's a it's a spiritual thing. It's a
Yeah.
spiritual experience. It's not
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
get up and play music. That's what I mean. You have to be in that moment with those people
hmm
and do the damn thing. You're here
Yeah, I
to
know. That's what I'm
share
saying. The
something.
club experience was really good for
Yeah,
me because I feed off of the audience,
yeah,
and that's what I'm
I,
saying. But when you're performing that
yeah,
large, and you're
yeah.
working with a crew that is
I mean, I,
making all that shit happen,
yeah.
and for
Fred,
you, go ahead.
Freddie Mercury. I like the way he does it. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, Freddie
It's
Mercury
even
was
today
like,
when you
yeah.
watch it.
Well,
When
I
you
mean,
watch it,
he was a Freddie
you're
Mercury is a
there,
legend,
dude.
bro.
You're there in 1980 something, 19 whatever, whenever that concert was happening. You're there when you watch it. Watch, rewind it and watch it
1988.
again. You're
Yeah.
there
The
again.
AIDS concert? You talking about the AIDS concert?
Well, all their concerts, all his performances are like
Dude,
that.
Freddie Mercury is a legend, man. I mean, there's nothing you can't take anything from Freddie, man.
Because he's there for the people, and the people know that.
He gave everything. He
Yeah,
gave
family
his all,
is
and
the people. He
everything
makes
he
family.
did. Yeah, yeah. He's one of
Or,
my
or
You
favorite
guys know
singers.
about Freddie Mercury and his cats? You know about his cats?
I did it. I heard something
Did you
about
Okay,
the
watch that
so
cat.
movie
Freddie,
that came out a
Freddie
couple of years ago?
yeah, I
Freddie
watched it.
Mercury
But
movie.
I knew
Yeah,
this
it's a good
before the
movie.
movie. So Freddie Mercury loved his cat so much that they had like their own rooms in his mansion. And like he was like so fucking in love with those cats. They were like everywhere. And you can see pictures of him with his cats. It's pretty amazing.
All right. Well, he was a lonely guy, man. Like, and if you love your animals that much and you've got that much money, like, I guess that's what a person would do. If a person was lonely and had cats that he loved so much. But I don't know about a whole room. If you had 10 cats, that's
Yeah,
like 10
my
rooms.
cats don't have a whole room. Like, but he fucking loved those cats.
It's a lot of space for a
Yeah,
small
that
animal.
movie made me think a lot. It's just like maybe I could have, because I'm a good singer. You guys know. If
But
I'd
yeah,
have done something different in the past and been as passionate and or just said, "Hey, I have something." Freddie was very confident about his talent.
yeah, but
Hello?
You want
like
to hear
responding to the
some of the
crowd.
lyrics of one of our songs? We used to sing about the fire burning on the mountaintop. You know what that's from, right? The story of Moses. We were singing about the fire on the mountain. We haven't got any mountains around here.
Yeah, but you know what they call the the mob
I remember
mentality,
Jane's Addiction coming downtown.
or the bewildered herd. You know how people say individuals are smart, but groups are stupid. Well, yeah, that's what you're dealing with, when you go on the stage in front of you're dealing with the collective. There's this energy. These people can fucking eat you up.
You know what's really cool when you form a band, the first thing you want to impress, whether you're a guitar player, drummer, bass player, vocalist, you want to first impress everyone in the band, right?
Oh, of course, but you can't fool people. See, that's what I'm trying to say. People are the fucking expert listeners. You can't fool them. Yeah, if you could be talented, but if you get on the stage and you give a fake performance, you can't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everyone in the band has to impress each other, because once we start performing this, then we're going to have to perform it in front of other people that are listeners, just like you're saying.
Hello.
So, hello.
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 I thought of a good argument.
Is there anybody in there? Just not if you can hear me.
Let him see.
I thought of a good argument against flat Earth.
All right,
Okay.
cool. What do you got?
Everybody go on mute.
Do you believe mass and energy are both different manifestations of the same thing? Yes or no?
What is mass?
Math.
What is math?
Mass.
What is it? Define
See,
it.
that's what I thought he said. I thought he said math and energy, not mass. Math is a way to describe something you can measure.
He said mass. Yes, he said mass. But what is it? What are you talking about? Mass.
Mass?
Yes.
Are you guys serious? I'm pretty sure he said math. Did you?
No. He said mass.
Okay, my bad.
He's asking us about mass and energy and what we think about it. And go ahead and define these things you're asking us about.
Okay, so mass is how much of something
Okay, what
is.
is something?
How much is a way of measurement how much something is.
How much what is something? What is? What is this?
How much of something you have?
Okay. Now I have a cup in my hand. Okay.
Yes.
Now, what is this something? What is this something that this cup has that you're talking about?
It has how do you say it in English? It's made of matter, right?
Right.
So
now
how much?
Can you use a cup to contain mass?
Yes. You're doing it when you're when
would
you
the mass be inside the cup or be the cup?
The water will be contained. The mass will be contained inside the cup.
I'll shut up, Bong. I'm just messing around.
What was your question?
So
I think he's confused about mass versus energy. That's really kind of a generic question.
No, it's not a generic question because I have a point. I have something leading to it. So
well, why don't you just get to the point?
Go ahead. Ask the question again.
Nuclear bombs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, nuclear.
If you don't believe
bombs.
that, if you
no, we can't tell you how to make one.
What?
We know that there's nuclear energy. We know energy.
We don't know that, Bong. But anyway, that's my opinion.
Okay, we know that.
Do you believe nuclear bombs exist?
They are taught to us. Okay. But I
Hold
don't.
on. Let's start from the beginning with this guy. Let's start from the beginning before getting into the abstract. Come on.
Yeah, just assume they're all real. That's better to assume they're all real. Okay, until you find out they're not real. Because if they're real and you say it's not real, you're in trouble.
You're not answering my question.
What is
your question?
Should we? Why don't you ask a real question? Do you believe? Hey, we're not here talking about beliefs. There's no beliefs going on here.
Do you know that nuclear bombs are a thing?
No.
Okay, do I know? No, I don't know nuclear bombs exist. So, yes, I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know that nuclear bombs exist. How
He's
about
trying to
that?
make an argument against the flat Earth. I think he's still trying to get to his argument.
No, I really think he's just bringing us some bullshit. So I am cool. So
if nuclear bombs exist, Earth must be a ball, because if nuclear bombs exist,
that's not a point. Yeah, go rework.
If you start a question for us with if, then you're in the wrong room.
What?
It's not a good argument. It's not even an argument. Okay, it's just
it is an argument.
How is it an argument? How does it prove?
Did you come here to make a statement or a question?
For nuclear bombs to exist?
Hold on. How does that prove that the Earth is curving?
Okay, so for nuclear bombs to exist, our calculations that we did needs to be correct, and how we created a nuclear bombs needs to be correct. And mass and energy.
And here's the next. Here's a question I have for you. I am cool. Who is we?
Hold up. Your argument should not be about nuclear bombs. It should be about how we target things using the globe Earth. Now you have to prove that we actually use a globe to target stuff all the way on the other side of the world.
What do you mean target stuff?
To target it. Okay, so you can lock in the nuclear.
That's not.
Okay,
yeah,
then.
But that's
how
not
do
what I'm talking about. Why are you shifting out of the topic?
Hold on, I am cool. Sound. Hold on.
How do you fly a plane over a goddamn ball? Okay, that's your argument.
Be so angry.
I am cool. Sounds. Listen, Bong, and both of you. Hold on, Bong.
Sorry.
He sounds a little upset because he thinks we don't understand how this nuclear bomb thing is a thing.
Wrong.
No, I know he's wrong, but I want him to understand that we've gone through this information many times. So I am cool. Welcome to the server. There's no reason for us to, really take the piss out of you if you don't take the piss out of us. You know what that means?
No.
Let's have a conversation about how you came to this across this information where we're a bunch of flat earthers sitting here talking about this 24 hours a day. Where's your evidence for a globe? I mean, to be honest, nuclear energy and
it's not nuclear energy.
I know that. Jesus Christ! Can you let me do this for a second?
Go ahead.
How did you find our server? Nuclear stuff won't prove anything about shape of Earth. Now, if you're trying to, how explain to us how nuclear energy could prove that balls spin around the universe in galaxies?
It doesn't.
Okay. For nuclear bomb, the nuclear energy to exist, energy and mass have to need to be two manifestations of the same thing, and we use the equation E.
You're gonna have to describe who we is. Who's we? You're gonna have to describe who we is.
Humans.
Well, he's gonna have to define mass too.
Can
you define mass? Hey, Helio, let's let him do this first. He had mass in his sentence, his first sentence. So can you define mass?
I asked him, and
I already did.
My bad for interrupting. Go ahead. I am cool. Finish your statement, and then we'll address it.
Yeah, I already described it.
Oh, okay. So can you give me the definition again, just quickly?
If you want me to describe, is how much of a thing.
Yeah.
It's how much of a thing, huh? Isn't that just density?
Yeah, but
okay, hold on, everybody, just real quick. I'll be
density
2 seconds.
No, density.
2 seconds.
Hey, everybody. Yeah.
Real quick.
Let's slow the conversation down a little bit. let's have a conversation about
The
this.
size of something doesn't change its density, but the size of something does change its mass.
Quiet just for a second. So nature does not offer us any concept of the amount of matter. History has struck down every proposal to define such a term. Even if we could count the number of atoms or by any other counting method to try to evaluate the amount of matter, that number would not equal mass.
Anyways, you okay, listen. Nuclear energy existing, okay, does not prove that the Earth is curving. Okay, does not prove that the Earth is curving.
It does.
Curvature. No matter what you say, okay, if you do not have curvature, it is not proof that the Earth is a ball. Okay, look, listen, my friend. This is not about flat Earth. This is not about proving that flat Earth is false. This is about proving that the globe Earth is true. Okay, we're not here to disprove flat Earth. We're here to prove that the globe is real. So without the curvature,
yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
The curvature of the Earth, it's not a ball. What don't you get about that? No matter what science.
That's what I'm doing, but you're not letting me speak.
Just because you develop technology on Earth doesn't mean that it's flat.
So this is weird. I mean, he's trying to prove through nuclear energy. No, I mean, I'm saying Homeboy is trying to prove through nuclear energy that the Earth is a ball. That's not even a related topic.
The theories of mass and
energy. They are.
No, it's not.
How are they related? I am cool. How are they related?
Exist, and because we got technology from it. That is proof.
It would be fun if I could speak.
All right, cool.
Okay, now can you let me speak?
All right, let's give him. Hold on, Bong. Let's give him 2 minutes. Let's give him 2 minutes to explain.
Proves that the Earth is a ball. You're saying that this technology proves that the Earth is a globe without curvature. That's what you're saying. You can't say that.
Hey, he brought a shovel, Bong. Let him dig his hole. Come on, man.
Fucking assholes on TV tell you that the Earth is so big.
Just let me speak.
Okay.
Why can't you just let me speak?
Just calm down. Yeah. How long you keep going, Bong? Come on.
I mean, you can lie to other
people.
Why are you speaking so much?
Lie doesn't mean you go and lie.
Bong, please shut up.
Bro.
I need you to understand that. I'm sorry.
I have no clue.
Hey, we can address that afterwards, Bong. After he explains how his dipshit nonsense, we can let him fucking go through this, and then we can talk about it after he makes up his nonsense about his pretend universe.
No, well, it is just for a little while though, Bong. Like he's about to say that nuclear weapons prove that the Earth is a spinning ball in the vacuum of space. I would like to know how nuclear weapons.
Yeah, I'm curious
that the
about
Earth is a spinning ball in the vacuum of space.
Yeah, come on, man, Bong, let him say something.
That's why
about
Okay, so to make those nuclear weapons and nuclear facilities and to make all this nuclear power, we needed to use math. Humans needed to use math, and part of that math was E squared equals mc squared plus pc squared, which is with the inertia, and just the full one, and because we used that and our calculations were correct and we made nuclear weapons and got nuclear power, it means that this is a correct calculation, and this calculation means that the mass and energy are both the different manifestations of the same thing. That's why they're interchangeable and they're connected.
So
and for that to be
let him finish.
For that to be true, the whole idea of general relativity or something at least similar to general relativity needs to be true. And if general relativity or something at least close to general relativity is true,
hold on, Abby. He's almost to the end. I think.
Yeah. Let him go a little longer, Bong. Let him go a little longer.
Go ahead.
Okay, so if general relativity or at least something that is close to general relativity, maybe not exactly, it does work and is correct, means that how we understand what?
How do you know?
No. You're almost done. Hold on. I wanted
Because
to
we
finish.
used those
A
calculations
little
and they
longer.
were
A little
correct.
longer.
Because we
All
used
right.
those calculations and they were correct.
Who's we? We humans?
Humans, yes.
We humans. Not we
Humans have
humans.
used.
Yes, I
Oh,
agree.
men and women,
Yeah.
not
Hold on.
humans.
Hey, guys,
Wasn't
let me
that
moderate.
fun?
Hey, let me
Wasn't that
moderate.
fun? That was
Come on, I'm trying to moderate here. Okay, so did you complete your argument? I am cool.
I think everyone gets my point, so yeah.
Yes, okay. We're going to let
Sorry.
Bong go first because he's been waiting. Go ahead.
I don't even know what to say. I just, well, you've assumed so many things there to be true. So many things. I don't know where to
Like
start.
what?
I wish we could just back up. But you guys go ahead first. I'll figure out something to say after.